Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel was recorded on a cell phone in front of a fake audience. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, here you go. We got those toasted pecans in an interesting hubcap kind of look. Otherwise, I'll look like a freaking circus clown when this freaking powdered sugar hits my face. A citrus guy this week. Yo, citrus guy, what do you got? Hey guys, Chef Sel right here. Welcome back to Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel. Every week you get this face. Ooh, 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 I want to touch it. So this week, you're going to learn how to make a gluten-free olive oil cake with a citrus cream cheese frosting. And we put a little citrus into the cake itself too, because it's what I do. I'm a citrus guy this week. Yo, citrus guy, what do you got? We want to welcome aboard Olivari olive oil products into our little kitchen. Thank you for sponsoring us. More on that a little later, but let's get baking. Satisfy these 85,000 subscribers we're working on. We're almost there. 1.4 almost million viewers. Something's going on. Tell your friends, please like, please subscribe. Do everything because it's here. It's finally happened. A show like this. All right, let's get baking. Here are the things you need, all of them, especially the olive oil. We'll go into that in a little later. Some of the things you have for the cake are going to be used for the frosting. So I'm not going to say, the frosting and eating it. I know when you get that, you're going to hit me like now. No. You'll see what I mean. In here, I didn't mix it up yet. I wanted you to kind of see that they're different things. This is all gluten-free ingredients. All of this gluten-free. In here, 150 grams of super fine brown rice flour, 50 grams of tapioca starch, 50 grams of sorghum flour, 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum. That keeps it all together. That's what the gluten did in your glutinous days, but it was also keeping your insides all together. Now that's gross. Anyway. 1 teaspoon of ground flaxseed, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, baking powder, baking soda, half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Now in here, still for the cake, we zested an orange in here. It's about a tablespoon. We zested a lemon in here. It's about between a teaspoon and a tablespoon. And we have 3 large eggs over here and 120 grams or half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, high quality and fruity. By the way, we got lucky. We have a new sponsor. Please give him a hand. Yeah. Perfect. This is Olivari Gourmet. It's a Spanish olive oil. It's a virgin, extra virgin olive oil, excuse me. And what they say about their product is very, very interesting. You could use this really for frying. You could use it for baking, which is what I'm using it for. Like I said, it's an extra virgin olive oil and it carries like an indulgent fruity flavor. It has a sweeping sweet aroma, they are telling me, which is very true. You could smell this from across the room and it's delicious. Fills the room with Italy, in this case Spain, but I always think of olive oil cooking-wise. Back to my roots in Italy. But it's taken from the finest selection of olives. It's harvested in the warm lands of our olive groves. Perfect for seasoning and tasting with bread. It's really just great for anything you want to do with it. We're going to use it for baking today. This is an olive oil cake. Olivari, folks. You get it at Walmart. Any questions? Come into the comments and say, hey, man, I forgot where you said you can get this stuff. And I got to tell you, just because it's from Walmart, It doesn't mean, it's going to be next to the really cheap women's blouses. This is good stuff, and it's quality stuff. Extra virgin olive oil. Thank you, Olivari. Now for the gluten-free citrus cream cheese frosting. 8-ounce block of cream cheese, room temperature, 115 grams or a half a cup, or 1 stick of unsalted butter. Leave it out. Leave it out. Have it soft. We got to mix the stuff around, fluff it up. Teaspoon of orange zest. It's about a half an orange. A teaspoon of lemon zest. It's about a half a lemon. A tablespoon of fresh orange juice. I have that here. Vanilla extract. I have that here. That's going to go in both of these things. And about a quarter of a teaspoon, again, to give it a little bit of body. This is cream cheese. It doesn't have body, like me. I got body. Nah. Anyway, quarter of a teaspoon of that xanthan gum. I have some in here, but that's for the cake. You can't take it out of there. You got to do the right thing. Anywho, I also am adding little orange extract, because when you bake orange extract, vanilla extract, almond extract, it tends to kind of bake off a bit. So I'm going to use, besides using fresh oranges and fresh orange juice, I'm going to go with some of this stuff, okay? This orange extract. Now, when the cake is all done, you throw some pecans on the top. Beautiful. And this guy was hiding out in the corner here for the cake part. The whole milk, it's about a half a cup. But we'll tell you everything as we go. I just wanted to give you an idea of, just what the heck is going on around these parts. All right, let me show you what to do with what. Let me get my KitchenAid out. Follow along. 350 on that oven. Make that go now. And I'm going to tell you now. We're going to use a round cake pan. They make the double layer cakes with the usual 9-inch cake pan. You just need one of those. I'm going to use a springform pan, because to me it just makes sense. But you can use either. But springform pan, you can unlock it and kind of just take it out. You'll see everything. You'll be watching it in real time from like a week ago. By the time I get this up, all right, now I'll get that KitchenAid over here. Let's start fluffing and mixing. Woo! So I took this orange zest and the lemon zest and that sugar. We're making a cake now. And I kind of rolled it, pinched it in between my fingers, so you're kind of infusing flavor into the sugar. Because sugar's sweet. That's all it gives you. It needs some flavor. Now I'm going to put this KitchenAid, start it out medium-low, and put these eggs in one at a time. All right, let's turn it up and get it frothy. I got a medium-high going. Let it go about 2 or 3 minutes. If that ain't fluffy, then I don't know what to say. Now in here, I've combined the liquids. Half a cup of that Olivari extra virgin olive oil, or 120 grams. Half a cup of whole milk, room temperature, or 120 grams. And 60 grams, or a quarter of a cup of fresh orange juice. Slowly pour it in. Let's not get crazy. Don't get all possessive over it. Just get it in there. I don't know what that meant. I love when you have the oil mixed in, man. Comes right out of this thing. It comes jumping out. Look at that. It's all jumped out. And get it back up. Be careful. It's kind of wet. Meaning it's splashy. So be careful, folks. Let's get a teaspoon of this vanilla extract in there. Beautiful. And let's get some more orange flavor in there, and in this orange lemon citrusy cake. And I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon in there. Whip it back up. Slow it down a bit. And I have all this dust here. Can you see that? Sort of, yeah. See, I mixed in a teaspoon of flaxseed powder. I left that out before because I wanted to see if all you experts would, call me on it, and you didn't. Nah, I just forgot. And we'll bring it up, we'll do a little bit of a pour. We'll bring it up, down. You know what to do. You don't want it flying in your face now. A little at a time. Keep that whisk moving. and in. And slowly bring it up. Medium high is good. About a 6 or 7 out of 10. Don't be afraid to keep fluffing it up, folks. I'm telling you, you will thank me. I'll give you my address. You knock on the door. Hey, Chef Shell, thanks, and then leave. As these liquids get absorbed, it thickens up a little bit, so don't get all hasty. Come looking for you. All right, looks good. I'm going to parchment line my springform pan. You can use a regular cake pan, 9-inch. And we got 350 on this oven, so let me pour this, and you'll see it being poured because it's a cooking show, right? Okay. I'll be right back. There's our batter. There's our parchmented springform. And like I said, you can use a regular 9-inch. It's okay. But parchment that too. Let me get that in there. Ooh, orange bits, orange flecks, and lemon flecks in this citrus cake with a citrus cream cheese frosting on deck. So just hang out. Now I'm going to get my usual non-rimmed cookie sheet with a silicone mat. I'm going to put this in the middle level of that oven. Now if it gets a little bit too brown for your liking around these edges here, you know, I told you a million times, gluten-free, it's like a big baby. Wah, wah, wah. Anyway, turn it down, 325. Check it after 9 or 10 minutes. If you got that dark brown going, turn it down to 325 until you put a toothpick in there, boom, it comes out clean, all right? And there she is, folks. Total of about 27 minutes. I had in there about 25 minutes at 350, and you see it started to get brown around those edges there. I moved it down to 325 for about 5 more minutes. You just gotta check it. Look at the hole I made. See, I was checking with the toothpick. I wasn't lying to you. Do you remember what General Custer said during his last 10 minutes of his life? Let's make some cream cheese frosting and put a little bit of lemon and orange in it. So, General, this is for you. In here, 225 grams, 8 ounces, a block. You know, come on. Cream cheese, softened, room temp it. And unsalted butter, 1 stick, or 115 grams, half a cup, you know, softened again, you know the whole deal. And when I have this whipped up into a frenzy, 400 grams, or 3.5 cups, powdered sugar. That's it for now. Whip it around, then a teaspoon orange zest from a half an orange, a teaspoon of lemon zest from a half a lemon, a tablespoon of fresh orange juice, teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a little bit of xanthan gum, only like 1/4 of a teaspoon because you want some stability in the thing so it doesn't go, you know what I mean? Start it on low and bring it up to a whipping medium-high frenzy. Stop and scrape. You can never get away from it. All right, it's S&S. Bring it back up to, now bring it up to a high for a minute. All right, let's bring it down. I'm gonna go a little bit more. Otherwise, I'll look like a freaking circus clown when this freaking powdered sugar hits my face. Just a little bit of a stream, that's all. No stop and go needed. Keep it on low. It's gonna look like it's too much, but you would be very, very wrong if you assumed that. Bring it up slow. See? Medium high, folks. All right, bring it back down. I'm gonna slap in that orange zest. Slap in that lemon zest. Give it a half a lemon juice. Oh yeah, I'm going for the win here. Half of an orange, see it? See it? There it is. Get in there hard. Squeeze, half an orange. Down. Xanthan gum, 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm gonna eyeball it. Don't you dare try this. Bring her up. High speed, let her rip. It'll thicken up a little bit. There we go. That was just a little bit of orange extract. I want orange, man. But I also want vanilla. Give me a half a teaspoon of vanilla. That's good. That's it, man. Give it some air. Go. Go up top. And let's bring it down. Now after you apply this to our delicious orange lemon delight of a cake, you're going to put it in the fridge for about a half hour. I'm going to take this off, get rid of my trusty KitchenAid. Thank you, KitchenAid. And I'm going to put it aside for now. We'll fluff it back up with a spatula later. All right, let me get rid of this and come back with our delicious crushed pecans. That's right, I say pecans. We'll be back. I got a small little saucepan, frying pan, whatever you want to call it. And I have some crushed pecans. I'm going to put this on the stove and kind of keep my eye on it. I can do other things. Ladies and gentlemen, here you go. We got those toasted pecans in an interesting hubcap kind of look. Citrus, gluten-free cake, and this delicious cream cheese, orange lemon frosting, topped with toasted pecans. But please subscribe. Please like, hit that thumbs up. It moves us up in a search. And thank you again, Olivari Olive Oil. And we will see you here on Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel next time.